God did all this stuff before. A few months later, he would be gone. And so there's many miracles. Well, it'll be 5 years, July 3rd, coming up. And that's the day my life changed forever. I remember that day because it was like, it started like any ordinary day because it was a day off for me. It was a day before a holiday. But then something was really weighing on me, and I felt really tired that day. And something unusual, I took 2 naps that day, not 1, 2. And I feel like God was preparing me for what was coming. So I was waiting for him. It's like 5:30. I don't think too much about it because he was someone that worked a lot, so I wasn't worried about it. And then I saw 2 police cars, and my heart started beating. I knew something terrible had happened. One of his coworkers found him. He had collapsed and he was blue, and they tried to revive him, but they couldn't. He was dead. I called one of my friends, a dear lady, and she kept quietly saying, "You need to call Pastor, you need to do this," nicely, and I kept putting it off. Finally, I called our pastor, who I didn't know well. He was new. He wanted to know, should he come? I said, no, I'm okay. He later became very special, planning the whole service with my husband and stuff. And then the hardest call of my life was my daughter. I called her, and she said, "Mom, I'll call you right back." And all she said was, when she called me back, she goes, "I'll be home tomorrow." I was so grateful to have Kristen with me. She was a rock, because we had to make these very difficult decisions. And we did it together. And then we planned the service for Saturday. But so much, it was vacation season. It was amazing how God brought everything together from Monday to Saturday. My husband played the flute. He used his flute music, and we got one of his close friends to play her flute, and someone to play the piano. It's just amazing. God put this service together, memorial service together, and it was like, it's amazing how you don't know how somebody's life, how much they meant to people until they're gone. At the service, the luncheon after there's this woman at church, and I didn't know her well, and she asked me, could I pray over you? And I said, sure. That moment after she prayed for me, that weight had been lifted. The depression was gone. I mean, I might be sad. I'm sad sometimes, but I wasn't depressed. It was just quite a day. But there were just so many things God has done. We go to all these houses for dinner because everybody wanted to talk about Lawrence, and it was amazing. It was gifts they were imparting to me, stories, memories, funny things that he did or said. Or I guess I didn't realize some parts you take for granted. Thankful for, people in my life, because you don't know how long you're going to have them. I mean, I didn't know that morning I kissed and hugged him goodbye. I'd never see him again. I'm not a destitute widow, so God took care of me that way. In fact, that's amazing because he died July 3rd, and January and February that same year, our daughter was after us. We'd never had a will all those years, so we did a will. We did a will, and we sold stock in the bank my husband worked for, and we had 4 states. He had a 401k. It's money doing nothing, so we invested and bought the car I still drive in cash. So, I mean, God did all this stuff before. A few months later, he would be gone. And so there's many miracles. I need to accept that God brought me back to Vermont after my husband died. I didn't want to leave New Jersey. I feel like I was just plucked out and you're going to Vermont. But that's okay, because sometimes you just have to be obedient, because God was showing me, and I was given a job before I even moved back to Vermont. I was given a place to live, an apartment. Coming back to Vermont was good, but I was happy in New Jersey. happy with my job, happy with church, a lot of friends. Then I came back here, but there was a purpose in that. I've been out of Vermont over 20 years, and I only came back every 3 or 4 months, so I missed so many weddings and parties and gatherings, so I was just trying to catch up on that. But I just know what he did, and he did it in a big way.